The massive alien vessel hung in Earth's orbit like a dark metallic nightmare. Sleek and angular, its hull gleamed with an otherworldly sheen that seemed to pulse with dangerous energy. Commander Rolak stood on the bridge, his scaled fingers gripping the command console with absolute certainty. "Prepare primary attack sequence," he growled to his crew. The ship's interior hummed with anticipation, alien soldiers checking their advanced plasma weapons and energy disruptors. They had conquered hundreds of civilizations before, and Earth would be no different. In the underground command center, beneath Colorado, Captain David Kim watched the incoming ships on massive holographic displays. Unlike the nervous technicians around him, he remained calm. His team had spent years preparing for this moment, a potential alien invasion that most people had dismissed as science fiction. "Incoming wave detected," a young analyst called out. Her hands moved quickly across the control panel, tracking the alien approach. The first wave of plasma weapons erupted from the alien ship, brilliant streams of destructive energy that should have obliterated everything in their path. But something extraordinary happened. The energy blasts hit Earth's defensive grid and simply dissolved. Rolak's reptilian eyes widened in disbelief. His most advanced weapons, capable of destroying entire planetary defenses, were useless against this small blue planet. "Recalibrate weapons," he commanded, his voice a low, threatening hiss. But each subsequent attack met the same result. The human defenses absorbed the energy, seeming to adapt with each strike. In the command center, Captain Kim allowed himself a slight smile. Years of secret research, billions in funding, and the combined efforts of the world's top scientists had created something unprecedented, a defensive technology that could literally eat incoming energy attacks. The alien ship began to circle, searching for a weakness. Rolak's tactical team worked frantically, running calculations and adjusting weapon frequencies, but nothing worked. "This is impossible," one of his senior officers muttered in their native language. The humans were supposed to be a primitive species, barely capable of space travel. How could they have developed such advanced defensive capabilities? On Earth, military bases around the globe were on high alert. Satellite systems tracked the alien vessel, ready to respond to any potential threat. But for now, they simply watched and waited. Rolak knew he was facing a critical moment. His mission of conquest was quickly falling apart. The Galactic Confederation would not look kindly on a failed invasion, especially against a planet they had considered a potential easy target. "Prepare secondary attack protocols," he ordered, trying to maintain his composure. But even he could hear the uncertainty in his own voice. The ship's energy began to build, preparing for a more concentrated attack. But the humans were ready. Their adaptive shield technology continued to absorb and neutralize every potential threat. Captain Kim picked up a secure communication line. "Defense grid is holding," he reported to top military leadership. "No structural compromise detected." Outside, the alien ship continued its futile assault. Energy blasts erupted and disappeared, like water falling on an invisible barrier. The silent battle continued, with Earth showing no signs of vulnerability. Rolak realized something terrifying. They had dramatically underestimated the humans. What seemed like a simple planetary invasion was turning into a potentially catastrophic miscalculation. "Full tactical analysis," he demanded, his voice a mixture of frustration and growing respect for this unexpected resistance. The alien crew worked frantically, scanning, analyzing, trying to understand how their most advanced weapons could be rendered completely useless by a species they had considered technologically inferior. As hours passed, the alien ship remained in orbit, its initial confidence replaced by confusion and a growing sense of defeat. The humans had not even launched a counterattack. They simply stood their ground, their defensive technology a mysterious, impenetrable shield. Something fundamental had changed in the balance of galactic power, and neither the humans nor the aliens fully understood the implications of this first encounter. The research laboratory buzzed with nervous energy. Dr. Kira Williams stood in front of massive holographic displays, her eyes scanning complex data streams that flickered with intricate molecular patterns. The alien weapon's energy signature danced across the screens, revealing something extraordinary. "It's working," she whispered to herself, her hands moving quickly across the control panel. Months of secret research had led to this moment. A breakthrough in adaptive molecular technology that could change everything. Around her, a team of scientists from different disciplines worked together. Physicists, materials engineers, and quantum mechanics experts collaborated on a project so classified that even most government officials had no idea of its true potential. The key was a revolutionary material that could absorb and redistribute energy at the molecular level. Unlike traditional shields or armor, this new technology actually learned from each attack, adapting its molecular structure in milliseconds to neutralize incoming threats. Back in the orbital observation room, military analysts reviewed the combat data from the alien encounter. The defensive grid had performed beyond their wildest expectations. Every energy blast had been completely absorbed, leaving no trace of damage. "This is unprecedented," muttered Admiral Park, studying the intricate data patterns. The technology they had developed was nothing short of miraculous, a true game-changer in planetary defense. In a small testing chamber, prototype armor panels underwent continuous stress tests. Each panel was embedded with microscopic adaptive sensors that could reconfigure their molecular structure instantly. What looked like a simple metal surface was actually a complex, living defense system. Dr. Williams knew the true potential of their discovery. This wasn't just about stopping alien weapons. It was about understanding how matter could be manipulated at the most fundamental level. The alien science team, observing from their orbiting ship, grew increasingly frustrated. Their most advanced scanning technologies couldn't penetrate the mystery of human defense. Each attempt to analyze the protective grid revealed nothing. The technology seemed to change faster than they could measure. "We need a complete recalibration," Commander Rolock demanded of his science team. But they had no answers. The human defensive technology defied everything they understood about physics and energy manipulation. In the research facility, computer simulations ran continuously. Each simulation showed the same result: total energy absorption and redistribution. The material could take a massive plasma blast and essentially convert it into harmless background radiation. The implications were staggering. This technology could revolutionize not just military defense, but energy production, construction, even medical treatments. A material that could adapt and learn at the molecular level was something no civilization had ever achieved before. Dr. Williams pulled up a holographic model of the adaptive molecular structure. Complex geometric patterns shifted and changed, showing how the material could instantly reconfigure itself. It was like watching a living, breathing defense system. Outside the laboratory, the world remained unaware of the breakthrough. Military security was absolute. Only a handful of top scientists and government officials understood the true nature of what had been developed. The alien ship continued to orbit, its repeated attacks becoming more desperate. Each weapon discharge was met with the same result: total neutralization. They were facing a technology so advanced it seemed almost magical. "We need to understand how this works," Rolock muttered to his science director. But understanding was impossible. The human technology was so far beyond their comprehension that it might as well have been magic. Dr. Williams knew they were just scratching the surface. This was more than a defensive technology. It was a fundamental reimagining of how matter could interact with energy. Future generations would look back on this moment as a turning point in human technological development. The research continued, each breakthrough more exciting than the last. Humanity had taken a quantum leap in scientific understanding, and the universe would never be the same. As night fell outside the research facility, the holographic displays continued to pulse with data, revealing the smallest details of a technology that would change everything. The scientific revelation had begun. The first alien ground troops materialized near a small coastal region, their advanced combat suits gleaming with technological precision. They expected a quick conquest, a simple overwhelming of human defenses, but nothing could prepare them for what would happen next. Sergeant Michael Lee watched from a hidden observation point. His adaptive combat armor looked simple, dark green with minimal technological indicators. But beneath the surface, it was a marvel of scientific engineering. The aliens moved in perfect formation, their weapons charged and ready. Energy pulses began to fire, designed to melt through any known planetary defense. But something strange happened. Each blast seemed to simply disappear against the human defensive positions. "Target locked," Michael whispered into his communication system. Around him, a small squad of specially trained soldiers waited, their own armor shifting subtly with each passing second. The alien commander, a towering creature with multiple eyes and scaled skin, couldn't believe what he was seeing. Their most advanced weapons were producing zero effect. The human soldiers stood their ground, almost casually observing the ineffective attacks. One alien energy blast hit a human soldier directly. Normally, such an attack would vaporize any living creature. Instead, the soldier took a single step back, the energy completely absorbed by his adaptive armor. "Impossible," the alien commander muttered, his communication systems transmitting confusion back to the orbiting ship. Michael's squad began their counterattack. Their weapons were unlike anything the aliens had encountered. Each shot seemed to adapt in midair, finding the most vulnerable points in the alien combat suits. The ground battle became a surreal dance of technological adaptation. Alien troops tried different weapon frequencies, different attack strategies. Each attempt failed more spectacularly than the last. Alien soldiers began to show signs of panic. Their perfect invasion plan was falling apart. They had conquered hundreds of civilizations, but this planet was different. These humans were something entirely unexpected. Military analysts watching the engagement couldn't believe the data. Human troops were sustaining zero casualties. The adaptive technology was working perfectly, absorbing and redistributing energy from alien weapons. "Maintain defensive posture," Michael commanded his team. They moved with precision, each soldier's armor subtly changing color and molecular structure to match the surrounding environment. The alien commander realized they were facing something beyond traditional warfare. These humans had developed a technology that made conventional attacks completely useless. It was like fighting against a living, thinking defense system. More human troops began to arrive, their vehicles and equipment showing the same adaptive capabilities. Energy weapons bounced off their surfaces, while human projectile weapons found perfect targeting solutions. Communication intercepts revealed the growing panic among alien troops. Their invasion was turning into a complete disaster. Each attempt to attack was met with total failure. Sergeant Lee watched as alien combat units began to retreat. Their perfect invasion strategy had collapsed in less than an hour of ground engagement. The most technologically advanced invasion force in the galaxy was being defeated by a species they had considered primitive. The coastal landscape became a testament to human technological innovation. Scorch marks from alien weapons disappeared, almost instantly, absorbed by the adaptive environment. It was as if the entire battlefield was alive and learning. Back on the alien ship, Commander Rolak watched the ground situation with growing horror. Their most elite combat units were being systematically neutralized without causing any significant human casualties. "Retreat," he finally commanded, knowing that continuing the assault would only result in more devastating losses. The ground battle ended as quickly as it had begun. Human troops stood victorious, their adaptive technology having transformed the very nature of planetary defense. The aliens had discovered something terrifying. Humanity was not just another conquest. As the alien troops disappeared, Sergeant Michael Lee allowed himself a small smile. They had done it. They had defended their planet against an apparently superior technological force. The ground engagement was over, and humanity had just changed the rules of galactic warfare forever. The alien command structure began to crumble. What had started as a confident invasion was now a complete psychological disaster. Commander Rolak sat in his central command room, watching reports stream in from multiple planetary zones. Their most advanced combat units had been completely neutralized. Human defensive technologies seemed to adapt faster than the aliens could comprehend. Each failed attack damaged not just their military capabilities, but their entire cultural understanding of technological superiority. Communication networks within the alien fleet became increasingly chaotic. Junior officers began questioning their leadership. Senior commanders argued about potential strategies. The once disciplined military structure was falling apart. Admiral Park Jae-sung understood psychological warfare perfectly. He authorized a strategic communication plan designed to push the aliens toward total mental collapse. Carefully crafted, message bursts were transmitted, revealing just enough information to create maximum confusion. One transmission showed glimpses of human adaptive technology, molecular structures that could learn and change faster than any known scientific system. Another communication demonstrated partial schematics of defense mechanisms that seemed to defy known physical laws. The alien science director, Miras, became obsessed with understanding human technology. Hours turned into days of continuous research, each investigation leading to more questions than answers. The humans had developed something beyond technological innovation. They had created a living defense system. Rolak watched his crew's morale disintegrate. Experienced combat veterans who had conquered multiple civilizations now looked defeated. Their technological myths were crumbling with each passing hour. Communication intercepts revealed growing panic. Alien soldiers discussed impossible scenarios, a species that could adapt faster than they could attack. Their weapons, once sources of pride, now seemed like primitive tools against human innovation. Strategic reports showed complete military failure. Ground units decimated, orbital attacks neutralized, defensive systems that seemed to learn and grow with each encounter. The humans weren't just defending, they were demonstrating total technological dominance. Some alien commanders suggested surrender. Others proposed continued attacks, but the psychological damage was already done. Their invasion had transformed from a confident conquest to a potential species-wide embarrassment. Admiral Park understood the power of information warfare. Each carefully crafted message was designed to increase alien uncertainty. They weren't just defending. They were systematically destroying alien confidence. Rolak received a final communication that pushed him toward total mental breakdown. A human transmission showed brief glimpses of additional defensive technologies, molecular adaptations that suggested capabilities far beyond current understanding. The alien fleet's communication networks became filled with confusion, fear, and growing desperation. Their technological superiority, a concept central to their cultural identity, had been completely destroyed by this unexpected human resistance. Junior officers began questioning everything. If humans could develop such advanced defensive systems, what other technological miracles might they have hidden? The humans went from being a potential conquest to a terrifying unknown. Miras, the science director, submitted a critical report suggesting total retreat. The risks of continuing the invasion were too high. Humanity represented something entirely unexpected, a species with adaptive capabilities that defied current scientific understanding. Communication logs showed increasing fragmentation. The once unified alien command structure was collapsing from internal psychological pressure. Each failed attack removed another layer of their cultural confidence. Admiral Park watched the alien psychological breakdown with calculated precision. They weren't just defending Earth. They were systematically destroying an entire civilization's sense of technological superiority. As days passed, the alien fleet's communication became increasingly erratic. What had started as a confident invasion was now a complete psychological disaster. The humans had done something extraordinary. They had defeated an advanced civilization without firing a single offensive weapon. Rolak knew the invasion was over, not through military defeat, but through a complete psychological collapse. Humanity had shown the galaxy something profound. True technological innovation was about adaptation, learning, and unexpected potential. The psychological breakdown was complete. The alien invasion had transformed from a confident attack to a total strategic failure, and humanity had changed the rules of galactic engagement forever. The massive alien warship hung silently in Earth's orbit, its once proud hull now a symbol of complete defeat. Commander Rolak knew the moment of surrender had arrived. Everything they had believed about their technological superiority had been destroyed by humanity's unexpected capabilities. Admiral Park Jae-sung watched the alien communication channels carefully. Years of preparation, secret research, and strategic planning had led to this moment. Humanity was about to change galactic history forever. Rolak's communication system crackled with internal debates. Junior officers argued about surrender. Senior commanders discussed the potential consequences of admitting total defeat. Their entire civilization's reputation was at stake. "We have no choice," Rolak finally announced to his crew. The words felt like a physical weight, crushing their previous cultural assumptions about technological dominance. The first surrender transmission was carefully constructed. No aggressive language, no demands, simply a clear acknowledgement of complete military defeat. The humans had demonstrated capabilities that went beyond any known technological understanding. Earth's defense systems continued to adapt, even as the surrender negotiations began. Each alien communication was subtly analyzed, the molecular, adaptive technologies learning and processing information faster than any known computer system. Dr. Kira Williams watched the surrender proceedings from the primary research facility. Her team's work had fundamentally changed humanity's position in the galaxy. They had created a defense system that was essentially a living, learning organism. Rolak transmitted the official surrender documents. Each word felt like a betrayal of everything his civilization had believed. Humanity had defeated them not through traditional warfare, but through pure technological innovation. The alien fleet's communication networks showed complete internal collapse. What had started as a confident invasion was now a total strategic failure. Their most advanced weapons had been neutralized by a species they had considered primitive. Admiral Park understood the psychological impact of the moment. This wasn't just a military surrender. This was a complete redefinition of technological potential. Humanity had shown the galaxy something extraordinary. Alien ships began to power down their weapon systems. Each movement was carefully monitored by Earth's adaptive defense grid. The humans weren't just winning. They were demonstrating total control. Rolak's final transmission was a mixture of defeat and grudging respect. "We surrender unconditionally," he stated, the words feeling like broken glass in his mouth. His civilization's entire military doctrine had been destroyed by human innovation. Earth's response was calm and measured. No celebrations, no aggressive language, simply a clear acknowledgement of the surrender and a request for further communication. The Odo science community around the world watched in amazement. The adaptive technologies developed in secret had just changed everything. Humanity had moved from a potential conquest target to a galactic power in a matter of days. Communication logs would later show how completely the alien invasion had fallen apart. Not through traditional military defeat, but through technological adaptation that seemed almost magical. Dr. Williams knew this was just the beginning. The adaptive technologies they had developed could revolutionize everything from planetary defense to medical treatments. Humanity had taken a quantum leap in scientific understanding. Rolak transmitted the final surrender codes. His civilization's mythology of technological superiority had been completely destroyed. The humans had shown something profound, true. Innovation was about adaptation, learning, and unexpected potential. The alien fleet began its slow retreat. Each ship carried the story of humanity's unexpected capabilities. They had been defeated by a species that understood technology in a way no one had ever imagined possible. Admiral Park watched the alien withdrawal with calm precision. They had defended their planet without firing a single offensive weapon. The adaptive defense systems had done everything. As the last alien ships disappeared from Earth's orbit, a new chapter in galactic history began. Humanity had shown the universe something extraordinary, that true technological potential was about adaptation, learning, and unexpected innovation. The unconditional surrender was complete, and the galaxy would never be the same again.